Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Jeremiah 29 to 34, Proverbs 13, and Psalm 20. Let's get started. These are the words of the letter that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem to the surviving elders of the exile, and to the priests, and the prophets, and all of the people whom the butcher Nezer taken into exile from Jerusalem to Babel. This was after King Jeconiah and the queen mother, the editors, the officials of Judah, and Jerusalem, the craftsmen, and the middle workers had departed from Jerusalem. The letter was sent by the hand of Elsa, the son of Shaphan, and Gemariah, the son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah, king of Judah, sent to Babel, to butcher Nezer, king of Babel. He said, "Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, to all the exiles whom I have sent into exile from Jerusalem to Babel, build houses and live in them, plant gardens and eat their produce. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for all your sons, and give your daughters in marriage, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply them and do not decrease. But seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on his behalf. For in this welfare you will find your welfare. And for thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, do not let your prophets and your diviners who are among you deceive you, and do not listen to the dreams that they dream. For it is a lie that they are prophesying to you in my name. I have not sent them, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord, those 70 years are completed, and for Babylon I will visit you, and I will fulfill to you my promise, and I will bring you back to this place. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for good and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. Then you will call upon me, and call on me, and pray to me, and I will hear you. You will seek me and find me, when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and will restore your fortune, and gather you from all the nations and all the places that you have journeyed, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back to the place where I sent you into exile. Because you said, the Lord, your has raised a prophet from Babel. And thus says the Lord concerning the king who sits on the throne of Jacob, and concerning all the people who dwell in the sea, your kinsmen who did not go out with you into exile. Thus says the Lord of hosts, and I am sending on them sword, famine, and pestilence, and I will make them like wild pigs, and as they run they cannot be eaten. And I will pursue them with sword, famine, and pestilence, and will make them a horror to all the kingdoms of the earth, to be a curse, a terror, a hissing and a reproach among all the nations where I have driven them, because they did not pay attention to my word, declares the Lord, which I persistently sent to you by my servants the prophets, but you would not listen. Declares the Lord. Hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Hear the word of the Lord, all you exiles, and whom I sent away from Jerusalem to Babel. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, concerning Ahab the son of Kaliah and Zedekiah the son of Manasseh, who are prophesying a lie to you in my name. Behold, I will deliver them into the hand of the butcher and king of Babel, and you shall strike them down before your eyes. Because of them, this curse shall be used by all the exiles from Judah and Babel. The Lord will make you like Zedekiah and Ahab, whom the king of Babylon roasted in the fire, because they have done an outrageous thing in Israel. They have committed adultery with their neighbor's wife. And they have spoken my name, mine was that I did not commit them. I am the one who knows, and I am witness. And take lesson. To Shemaiah of Nehelam you shall say, thus says the Lord hosts, the God of Israel, you sent letters in your name to all the people who are in Jerusalem, and to Zephaniah the son of Manasseh the priest, and to all the priests, saying, the Lord has made you priests instead of Jehovah the priest, and who have charge in the house of the Lord, and over every madman who prophesies, to put him in the stocks and in the kindness. Now why do you not rebuke Jeremiah of Anathoth, who is prophesying to you? For he has sent us to Babel, saying, your exile will be long. Build houses and live in them, and plant gardens and eat their produce. Zephaniah the priest read this letter in the hearing of Jeremiah the prophet. Then the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, saying to all the exiles, saying, thus says the Lord concerning Shemaiah of Nehelam, because Shemaiah has prophesied to you, when I did not send him, and he has made you trust in a lie. Therefore thus says the Lord, behold, I will punish Shemaiah of Nehelam and his descendants. He shall not have anyone living among these people, for he shall not see the good that I will do to my people, declares the Lord, for he has spoken rebellion against the Lord. Now when that came to Jeremiah from me, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, Write in a book all the words that I have spoken to you. For behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, and I will restore the fortunes of my people, Israel and Judah, says the Lord, and I will bring them back to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall take possession of it. These are the words that the Lord spake concerning Jerusalem, Israel and Judah. Thus says the Lord, you heard a cry of panic, of terror, and no peace. Ask now and see, can a man bear a child? Why then do I see every man with his hands on his stomach like a woman in labor? Why is every face turned pale? Alas, that day is so great, and there is none like it. It is a time of distress for Jacob, and he shall be saved out of it. And it shall come to pass in that day, declares the Lord of hosts, and I will break his yoke from off you, and I will burst your bonds. And foreigners shall no more make a servant of him, that they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king, whom I will raise up for them. And fear not, O Jacob my servant, declares the Lord, nor be dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save you from far away, and offering from the land of their captivity. Jacob shall return and have quiet and ease, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with you to save you, declares the Lord. And I'll make a full end of all the nations, among whom I stab you, but of you I will not make a full end. I will discipline you in just measure, and I will by no means leave you unpunished. But thus says the Lord, your hurt is incurable, and your wound is grievous. And there is none to uphold your cause, no medicine for your wound, no healing for you. All your lovers have forgotten you, they care nothing for you. For I have dealt you the blow of an enemy, the punishment of a merciless foe, because your guilt is great, and because your sins are flagrant. And when you cry over your hurt, your pain is incurable, because your guilt is great, because your sins are flagrant. I have done these things to you, therefore all your devoured shall be devoured. All your foes, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And those who plunder you shall be plundered, and all your prey on you I will make a prey. And I will restore health to you, and your wounds I'll heal, declares the Lord. It is because they have called you an outcast. It is Zion, for whom no one cares. Thus says the Lord, behold, I will restore the fortunes of the tents of Jacob, and have compassion on his dwellings. The city shall be rebuilt on its mount, and the palace shall stand where it used to be. And of them shall come songs of thanksgiving, and the voices of those who celebrate. I will multiply them, and they shall not be few, and I will make them honor, and they shall not be small. Their children shall be as they were of old, and their congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all who oppress them. Their prince shall be one of themselves. Their ruler shall come out from their midst, and I will make them draw near, and he shall approach me. But who would dare himself to approach me, declares the Lord. You shall be my people, and I will be your God. And how the storm of the Lord, a wrath is gone forth, a whirling tempest, it will burst upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of the Lord will not turn back, until he has executed and accomplished the intentions of his mind. In the latter days you will understand this. At that time declares the Lord, and I will be the God of all the clans of Israel, and they shall be my people. And thus says the Lord, the people who survived the sword found grace in the wilderness. When Israel sought for rest, the Lord appeared to them from far away. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I have continued my faithfulness to you. Again I will build you, and you shall rebuild, O Jerusalem. Again you shall adorn yourself with tambourines, and shall go forth in the dance of the merrymakers. And again you shall make plant vineyards on the mountains of Samaria, and planters shall plant and shall enjoy the fruit. But there shall be a day when watchmen will call in the hill country of Ephraim, arise, and let us go up to Zion, but said the Lord our God. The thus is the Lord, sing aloud with gladness with Jacob, and raise shouts with the chief of the nations. Proclaim, give praise, and say, the Lord, say your people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the farthest parts of the earth. Among them the blind and the lame, the pregnant woman, and she who is in labor, all together, in great company. And they shall return here. With weeping they shall come. With pleas for mercy I will lead them back. And I will make them walk by brooks of water, in a straight path in which they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Hear the word of the Lord, O nations, and declare in the coastlands far away. Say, he who scattered Israel will gather him, and I will keep him as a shepherd keeps his flock. The Lord has ransomed Jacob, and has redeemed him from hands too strong for him. They shall come and sing aloud on the height of Zion, and they shall be radiant over the goodness of them, and over the grain, the wine, and the oil, and over the young of the flock and the herd. Their life shall be like a watered garden, and they shall languish no more. Then shall the young woman rejoice in the dance, and the young men and the old shall be merry. I will turn their mourning into joy, I will comfort them, and give them gladness for sorrow. I will feast the soul of the priest with abundance, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord, a voice is heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel is weeping for a child. She refused to be comforted for a child, because they are no more. Thus says the Lord, keep your voice from weeping, and your eyes from tears. There is your reward for your work, declares the Lord, and they shall come back from the land of the enemy. There is hope for your future, declares the Lord. And your children shall come back to their own country. I have heard Ephraim grieving. You disciplined me, and I was disciplined, like an untrained calf. Bring me back that I may be restored, for you are the Lord my God. And after I had turned away, I relented. And after I was instructed, I struck my thigh. And I was ashamed, and I was confounded, because I bore the disgrace of my youth. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he my daring child? So as often as I speak against him, I do remember him still. Therefore my heart yearns for him. I will surely have mercy on him to curse him. So I wrote mark this for yourself. Make yourself guideposts. Consider well the road by which you live. Return to originalism. Return to these your cities. How long will you wait, O faithless Lord? For the Lord has created a new thing on the earth, as a woman encircles a man. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. Once more they shall use these words in the land of Judah and in the cities, when I restore their fortune. The Lord bless you, O habitation of righteousness, O holy hill. And Judah and all the cities shall dwell there together, and the farmers and those who wander with their flocks. But I will satisfy the weary soul, and every languishing soul I will replenish. And at this I awakened, and my sleep was pleasant to me. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass that I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down, and to overthrow, destroy, and bring harm, so that I will watch over them to build and plant, declares the Lord. In those days they shall no longer say, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Each man who eats sour grapes, his teeth shall be set on edge. And how the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, not like the covenant that I made with their fathers on the day that I took them by the hand and bring them out of the land of Egypt, my covenant that they broke. And thereof their husband, declares the Lord. And this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, declares the Lord. I will put my law within them, and I will write on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my own people. And no longer shall each one teach his neighbor, and each to his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and will remember their sin no more. Thus says the Lord, who gives the sun for light by day, and fixed order the moon and the stars for light by night, who stirs up the sea so that its waves work. The Lord of hosts is his name. And if this fixed order departs, no one before me, declares the Lord, then shall the offspring of Israel cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus says the Lord, if the heavens above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth below can be explored, then I will cast off all the offspring of Israel for all that they have done, declares the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when the sea shall be rebuilt for the law, from the tower handing out to the quarter gate, and the measurement shall go up farther, straight to the hill Garden, and shall intend to go the whole valley of the dead bodies and the ashes, and all the fields as far as the brook to the corner of the house gate toward the east shall be sacred to the Lord. It shall not be plucked up or overthrown any more. And the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord in the 10th year of Zedekiah the king of Judah, which was the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar. At that time, the army of the king of Babylon was besieging Jerusalem, and Jeremiah the prophet was shut up in the court of the God that was in the palace of the king of Judah. For Zedekiah king of Judah had imprisoned him, saying, Why do you prophesy and say, Thus says the Lord, Behold, I am giving this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and thus he shall perish. Zedekiah king of Judah shall not escape out of the hand of the Chaldeans, but shall surely be given into the hand of the king of Babylon, and shall speak with him face to face and see him eye to eye. And he shall take Zedekiah to Babylon, and they shall remain until I visit him. Declares the Lord, though you fight against the Chaldeans, you shall not succeed. Then Jeremiah said, The word of the Lord came to me. Behold, Hanamel the son of Shalom your uncle will come to you and say, Find my field that is at Anathoth, for the right of redemption by purchase is yours. And Hanamel my cousin came to me in the court of the God, in accordance with the word of the Lord, and said to me, Find my field that is in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin. The right of the possession and my redemption is yours. Buy it for yourself. Then I knew this was the word of the Lord. And I bought that field at Anathoth from Hanamel my cousin, and I weighed out the money to him, 17 shekels of silver. I signed the deed, sealed it, got witnesses, and weighed the money on scales. And I took the sealed deed of purchase, containing the terms and conditions, and the open copy. And I gave the deed of purchase to Baruch the son of Neriah the son of Maaseiah, in the presence of Hanamel my cousin, in the presence of the witnesses who signed the deed of purchase, and in the presence of all the Judeans who were sitting in the court of the God. And I charged Baruch in their presence, saying, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, Take these deeds, both the sealed deed and purchase and this open deed, and put them in an excellent vessel, that they may last for a long time. Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel. Houses and pillars and vineyards shall again be brought into this land. And after I have given the deed of purchase to both the son of Mary, I praise you, the Lord, saying, it is you who have made the heavens and the earth by your great power and by your outstretched arm. Nothing is too hard for you. You show steadfast love to thousands, that you repay the guilt of fathers to their children after them, O great and mighty God. His name is the Lord of hosts, great and countless, and mighty indeed. His eyes are open to all the ways of the children of men, and rewarding each one according to his ways and according to the fruit of his deeds. You have shown signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, and to this day in the town among all mankind, and you have made a name for yourself as at this day. You brought your people Israel out of the land of Egypt with signs and wonders, and with a strong hand and an outstretched arm, and with great terror. And he gave them this land, which he swore to their fathers, and to give them a land flowing with milk and honey. And he entered into possession of it. They did not obey your voice and walk in your way. They did nothing of all you commanded them to do. Therefore you made all this disaster come upon them. Behold, the siege bands had come out to the sea to take. And because of sword and famine and pestilence, the sea is given into the hands of the Chaldeans, who are fighting against it. What you spoke has come to pass, and behold, you see it. Yet you, O God, have said to me, buy the field for money and get witnesses, though the city is given into the hands of the Chaldeans. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Behold, I am the God of all flesh. Is anything too hard for me? Therefore, thus says the Lord, behold, I am giving the city into the hand of the Chaldeans, and into the hand of the butcher and the king of Babylon. Ye shall capture it. The Chaldeans who are fighting against the city shall come and set the city on fire and burn it, with the houses on whose roofs offerings shall have been made to them, and drink offerings have been poured out to other gods. And it provoked me to anger. For the children of Israel and the children of Judah have done nothing but evil in my sight. For the children of Israel have done nothing but provoke me to anger, by the work of their hands, declares the Lord. The city has aroused my anger and wrath from the day that it was built to this day, so that I will remove it from my sight, because of all the evil of the children of Israel and the children of Judah, that they did to provoke me to anger. Their kings and their officials, their priests and their prophets, and men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, they have turned to me their back and not their face. And though I have taught them persistently, they have not listened to receive instruction. They have served their abominations in the house that is called by my name, to fulfill. They built the high places of Baal in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to offer up their sons and daughters to Moloch. Though I did not command them, nor did it enter into my mind, that they should do this abomination, to cause Judah to sin. Now therefore thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning the sea by which you say, he is given into the hand of the king of Babylon by sword, by famine, and by pestilence. Behold, I will gather them from all the countries to which I drove them in my anger and my wrath and in great indignation. I will bring them back to the place, and I will make them dwell in safety. And they shall be my people, and I will be their God. I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for their own good and the good of their children after them. I will make with them an everlasting covenant, for I will not turn away from doing good to them, and I will put the fear of me in their hearts, that they may not turn from me, and I will rejoice in doing them good. And I will plant them in the land in faithfulness, and with all my heart and all my soul. Well, thus says the Lord, just as I brought all this great disaster upon this people, so I will bring upon them all the good that I promised them. Field shall be brought in the land of which you are saying, it is a desolation, without man or beast. It is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Field shall be bought for money. Indeed shall be signed and sealed in witness, in the land of Benjamin, in the places about Jerusalem, and in the cities of Judah, and in the cities of the hill country, in the places of the shepherd, and in the cities of the Negev. For I will restore their fortunes, declares the Lord. And the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah a second time, for he was still shut up in the court of the guard. Thus says the Lord who made the earth, the Lord who formed it to establish it. The Lord is his name. Call to me and I will answer you, and will tell you great and hidden things that you will not know. But thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning the houses of the city and the houses of the kings of Jun, now torn down to make a defense against the siege mounds and against the sword, and coming in to fight against the Chaldeans, and to fill them with the dead bodies of men, and I shall strike them in my anger and my wrath. For I have hidden my face from the sea because of all their evil. Behold, I will bring to their health and heal, and I will heal them, and will make to them abundance of prosperity and security. I will restore the fortunes of Judah, and the fortunes of Israel, and rebuild them. As they work first, I will cleanse them from all the guilt of their sin against me, and I will forgive all the guilt of their sin and the rebellion against me. And this city shall be to me an name of joy, a praise and a glory before all the nations of the earth. He shall hear of all the good that I do for him. He shall fear and tremble because of all the good and of the prosperity I provide for it. Thus says the Lord, in this place of which he said, these are waste without man or beast, and in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem that are desolate, without man or inhabitant or beast. There shall be heard again the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the voices of those who sing as they bring thank offerings to the house of the Lord. Give thanks to the Lord host, for the Lord is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. And all the fortunes of the land as at first, says the Lord. Thus says the Lord host, in this place that is waste, without man or beast, and in all its cities there shall again be habitations of shepherds, resting their flocks. In the cities of the hill country, in the cities of the Shephelah, and in the cities of the Negev, in the land of Benjamin, their places about Jerusalem, and in the cities of Judah, flocks shall again pass under the commands of the one who counts them, says the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, and I will fulfill the promise I made to the house of Israel and the house of Judah. In those days and at that time I will cause a righteous branch to spring for David, and he shall execute justice and righteousness in the land. In those days Judah will be safe, and Jerusalem will dwell securely, and this is the name by which it will be called. The Lord is our righteousness. For thus says the Lord, David shall never like a man sit on the throne of the house of Israel, and the Levitical priest shall never like a man in my presence to offer burnt offerings, to burn grain offerings, and to make sacrifices for God. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Thus says the Lord, if you can break my covenant with a day, and my covenant with the night, so that day and night will not come at the appointed time, and so my covenant with David may be broken, so that he will not have a son to reign on his throne. And my covenant with the Levitical priest is not my ministers, and as the host of heaven cannot be numbered, and the sands of the sea cannot be measured, so I will multiply the offspring of David my servant, and the Levitical priest ministers to me. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Have we not observed that these people are saying, the Lord has rejected the true land that he chose? Thus they have despised my people, so that they are no longer a nation in their sight. Thus says the Lord, if I do not establish my covenant with day and night, and with the fixed order of heaven and earth, and I will reject the offspring of Jacob and David my servant, and will not choose one of his offspring to rule over the offspring of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But I will restore their fortunes and have mercy on them. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, when the Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon and all its army and all the kingdoms of the earth under his dominion, and all the people who are fighting against Jerusalem and all of their cities. Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, go and speak to Zedekiah king of Judah, and say to him, thus says the Lord, behold, I am giving the city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire. You shall not escape from his hand, and shall surely be captured and delivered into his hand. You shall see the king of Babylon eye to eye and speak with him face to face, and you shall go to Babylon. Hear the word of the Lord, Zedekiah king of Judah. Thus says the Lord concerning you. You shall not die by the sword, you shall die in peace. And as spices were burned for your fathers, the former kings who were before you, so people shall burn spices for you, and lament for you, saying, alas, Lord, I have spoken the word, declares the Lord. And Jeremiah the prophet spake all these words to Zedekiah king of Judah and Jerusalem. And the army of the king of Babylon was fighting against Jerusalem and against all these cities of Judah that were left, Lachish and Azekah, for these were the only fortified cities of Judah that remained. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, after King Zedekiah had made a covenant with all the people of Jerusalem to make a proclamation of liberty to them, that everyone should set free his Hebrew slaves, male and female, so that no one should enslave a Jew his brother. And they agreed, all the officials and all the people who had entered into the covenant, that everyone would set free his slave, male or female, so that they would not be enslaved again. They obeyed and set them free. And afterwards they turned around and took back the male and female slave that they had set free, and brought them into subjection as slaves. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah from the Lord. And thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, I myself has made I myself made a covenant with your fathers when I brought them out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery, saying, and at the end of 7 years, each of you must set free the fellow Hebrew who has been sold to you and has served you 6 years. You must set him free from his service. But your fathers did not listen to me or incline their ears to me. You recently repented and did what was right in my eyes by proclaiming liberty with each his neighbor, and you made a covenant before me in the house that is called by my name. And you turned around and profaned my name when each of you took back his male and female slaves, and whom you had set free according to their desire, and you brought them into subjection to be your slaves. Therefore thus says the Lord, you have not obeyed me by proclaiming liberty, you, every one to his brother and to his neighbor. Behold, I proclaim to you liberty to the sword, to pestilence, and to famine, declares the Lord. I will make you horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. When the men who transgress my covenant and do not keep the terms of the covenant, that they make before me, and I will make them like the cow that they cut into and pass between its parts. The officials of Judah, the officials of Jerusalem, and the priests, and all the people of the land, who pass between the parts of the cup, and I will give them into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of those who seek their lives. Their dead bodies shall be food for the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth. And Zedekiah king of Judah and his officials will give into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of those who seek their lives, into the hand of the army of the king of Babylon, which is withdrawn from me. Behold, I will commit, declares the Lord, and I will bring them back to the sea, and they will fight against them, take it, and burn it with fire. And I will make the cities of Judah a desolation without inhabitant. And a word that came to Proverbs 13. A wise son hears his father's instruction, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. With the fruit of his mouth a man eats what is good. The desire of the treacherous leads is full violence. Whoever guards his mouth preserves his life. He who opens wide his lips comes to ruin. Well, the soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, but the soul of the diligent is richly supplied. The righteous hates falsehood, but the wicked brings shame and disgrace. And the righteous guards him whose way is blameless. The sinner refers the wicked, and one pretends to be rich, he has nothing. Another pretends to be poor, he has great wealth. A ransom of a man's life is wealth, but a poor man he is no threat. The eye of the righteous rejoices, but the land of the wicked will be put out. From insolence comes nothing but strife, but with those who take advice is wisdom. All gain hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase. Whoever deferred makes the heart sick, but a desire for food is a tree of life. Whoever despises the word brings destruction on himself, and he who reveres the commandment will be rewarded. And the teaching of the wise is a fountain of life, and that one may turn away from the snares of death. Good sense wins favor, but the way of the treacherous is their ruin. Every great man acts with knowledge, but a fool flaunts his folly. The wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a faithful envoy brings healing. Poverty and disgrace come to him who ignores instruction, and whoever heeds reproof is honor. The desire of fulfill is sweet to the soul, but to turn away from evil is an abomination to fools. Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. A disaster pursues sinners, but the righteous are rewarded with good. And a good man leaves an inheritance for his strongest children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. And a folly ground of the poor would yield much fruit, but is swept away through injustice. Whoever spares the rod hates his son, and he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. And the righteous has enough to satisfy his appetite, but the belly of the wicked suffers want. Psalm 20. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and give you support from Zion. May you remember all your offsprings and regale you with favor of your burnt sacrifices. May he grant you all your heart's desire and fulfill your plans. May you shout for joy over your salvation. And in the name of our God, set up our banners. May the Lord fulfill all your petitions. And now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer him from his holy heaven. With the saving might of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They collapse and fall, but we rise and stand upright. May the Lord save the king. May he answer us when we call. Now this time I shall now do the Lord's prayer. Raise my hands, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as you receive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.